Hey there! Hi everyone, it's Friday again, and it's great to have you here with me on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I just wanted to talk about liver support this time. My previous two Facebook Lives was focused more on menstrual health, excess estrogen, PMS, and all these symptoms that women get for their periods. And I did mention that a lot of times it's associated with a weakened liver or a congested liver. Perhaps the liver needs more support. So in today's video, I want to go a little bit deeper into what you can do to support your liver. So the liver is such an important organ. It has over 500 functions. It's the only organ in your body that can regenerate itself. It literally can regrow itself. And even if you lose up to 49% of your liver, it can still regrow all the way to the full size. It's incredible. It has ability to detox your blood, to get rid of bacteria, to get rid of anything that the blood doesn't need. It has an ability to store glucose in the form of glycogen, to maintain blood sugar levels. It has the ability to create hormones and cholesterol and metabolize hormones. It stores vitamin A and D, B12 and iron. So that's why when people are a little bit anemic or they are in need of like nutrient dense foods, you'll think of eating liver and traditional foods. Those are really high density, like high nutrient dense foods. So yeah, the liver is very important. It makes bile, which is like a detergent. You can think of like dish soap. When you have a lot of fat, you put some dish soap and you can see the globules kind of emulsify into smaller little droplets. The role of the bile is that when you eat fat, the fat actually has nutrients in itself. Oftentimes it's the fat soluble nutrients such as vitamin K, vitamin A, D, and E. And it's very important for your immune system, for your skin, for your eyes. And all of that is through absorbing those fats. So the bile helps to dissolve those globules into tiny little droplets that you can then absorb. But again, if the liver is compromised, then the bile isn't going to be of quality. It'll be toxic bile going in, and maybe it won't even create enough bile. Optimally, an adult liver can generate 1 liter of bile a day. It's kind of the approximate amount, but some people have a lot of trouble producing bile because their liver is so congested. And if you think of a filter in your home, like think of a filter in your car, over time there will be a lot of congestion with dust and pollen, and you'll need to change the filter or clean the filter. So it's important sometimes to know how to maintain your liver and recognize the signs of maybe when you need to do that. What are the signs of a compromised liver? So let me go into that a little bit. Symptoms of a poorly functional liver. PMS, just as I had mentioned in the previous videos. Hypoglycemia, so the fluctuation of blood sugar. Also puffiness in the eyes, especially the eyelids when you wake up. Food sensitivities, fatigue, depression, bad breath, constipation, bloating, and greasy stools is another indicator. So after a bowel movement, try looking behind in the toilet bowl and see if there's like a ring of oil. And usually if that's the case, it signifies that you're not able to digest certain fats, and it could mean that your liver needs a bit of support. If you have any skin issues like itchy, dry skin, rashes, eczema, that could also be related to the liver. Perhaps it's a little bit toxic, and so the toxins are circulating in your bloodstream. That's one issue. Your skin is a big elimination organ, and it could secrete out toxins that way. But the other thing is also, if your liver is compromised, and if you're not able to get those healthy fats, then your skin can also be lacking those healthy fats to be protective of itself, a protective membrane. So it's important to support your liver so that it could create those healthy bile to then, absorb the healthy fats with the nutrients that your skin is so in need of. So if you have any achy joints or weak joints, that's another indicator. Emotional moodiness and excessive irritability, and that is also an indicator that your liver can be congested. So energetically, the liver is very much associated with with emotions, especially with repressed anger, if you have any liver issues oftentimes. And, and that association is due to the excess hormones. So imagine your testosterone. Everybody has testosterone, whether you're a woman or a man. But if your liver is congested and you have excess testosterone, well, that could lead to aggressive behavior, anger issues, and certain irritability and moodiness. So those are some signs that your liver may need some help. So now I'm going to go into what foods you can eat and what foods you should avoid eating to help your liver, because there's always those two sides of the equation. What are the bad things you want to get rid of, and what are the good things you want to add more of? So what irritates the liver? So first of all, in terms of food, there's the hydrogenated oils. So like margarine, peanut butter, the one that's in the, in the emulsified smooth texture. If you read the ingredients, you'll often see hydrogenated oils, trans fats, modified oil. Very often modified palm oil is in a lot of crackers and cookies and cereals. You're going to have to look at the ingredients very precisely to make sure you don't have hydrogenated oils. So any trans fats. Rancid oils. So rancid oils could be oils that are turned bad. They have like the stale taste to it, and you can taste that in like stale chips, stale crackers, even old oils from French fries that are too brown, they're too dark. Those are rancid oils. If you have any nuts at home, and you'll often notice that taste of like this kind of a foul taste. So that would indicate rancid oils, and that's toxic to the liver. Also fried foods, charred meats. So if you have like, summers here and people like to do barbecues, but don't eat the excessively dark, blackened, charred meats, because that's carcinogenic as well, and it's more work for your liver to detox. And any food additives, artificial sweeteners, chemicals, medicines, drugs, those are all very harsh for the liver. Painkillers, birth control pills, anti-inflammatories, antidepressants, those are all a lot of work for the liver to detox. Alcohol is also a big one. It could harm your liver cells, and it'll take several weeks to regenerate. So if you're somebody who will drink alcohol every day or even every couple of days, your liver will not have the chance to regenerate and to recoup. So it's just something you want to look into to try to reduce. Any pesticides, again, that could also affect the liver. Corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. This is a big one. When I talk about sugar, I really mean everything under the umbrella of a sweetener. So except for, I guess, honey, maple syrup, and maybe stevia and blackstrap molasses. But everything else, if you look at the label and it's some sort of sweetener, a lot of times it's just a lot of burden on your liver to process, especially because they're highly processed sweeteners. They don't carry any minerals. So if you look at high fructose corn syrup, fructose in itself, you just need a little bit to create a very sweet effect. So that's why it's popular to use that. It's very cheap. And it's genetically modified from genetically modified corn, so it could carry some pesticides. And so these are some things you want to look out for. So healthy oils then that are good for the liver are coconut oil, so medium chain triglycerides, MCT oils. Those don't impact the liver, they don't impact the gallbladder. Grass-fed butter, that's great. Olive oil, flaxseed oil, fish oil. So if they're cold pressed, those are great for the liver as well. And of course, from food, you're going to get oils. So avocados and seeds and nuts, you're going to naturally get some oils from that too. And so just moving on to what foods are good for the liver. What do you want to add more? The number one thing would be bitter greens. So anything bitter. So you have bitter melons, you have arugula, rapini, dandelion leaves, kale, parsley. So those are bitter greens that can really help support your liver. Lemons are good to detox and to cleanse. In terms of teas, dandelion tea is a great tonic, but it's also good for the kidneys because it'll be kind of a diuretic effect. It'll allow you to flush out the water. And so dandelion tea is definitely something you can consider, but remember to drink more when you drink dandelion tea, because it's similar to coffee. It does force your body to excrete more water. And milk thistle tea is good. You can also get them in capsules. It supports the bile in the liver to create more bile to flush out the bile ducts. Burdock root is good, and any raw green vegetable juices. So if you have a juicer, just put in some, cucumber, celery, some kale, put in a beet. So beets are really good for the liver cells. Add in some ginger and lemon and put that in a juicer. If you don't have a juicer, you can put all of that into a blender and then use a cheesecloth or a strainer and strain that out and drink that. Or if you want to have the fiber, just drink it like a smoothie. That's really great for the liver. It's got lots of minerals and antioxidants. And yeah, there's another herb. It's an adaptogen. It helps to reduce stress. Again, because of all the stress in the body could affect the liver. It helps to prevent liver damage, according to the studies that I've seen. And it's called Schisandra. So I've never taken this herb, but you can look it up. And if this is something you want to try, it's an adaptogen. It helps your system to cope with stress. Adding herbs is always good. It's good for the gut. It's good for your immune support. So herbs such as garlic, ginger, turmeric, which is really good also for anti-inflammatory reasons. Rosemary, also good for the liver. Oregano, cloves. They have anti-parasitic effects. They're anti-microbial. They can kill pathogenic microbes. So that's really good, because in the liver, it's been seen that there are parasites that could live in the liver ducts. So because this is where a lot of the toxins are being, processed. So having these herbs can really help. And then in terms of like supplements, vitamin C, it's great for oxidative stress. So if your liver has any damage at all, cirrhosis, any kind of fatty liver, add vitamin C into your diet. B complex is great, helps the liver create more glutathione. Zinc is also good. And so these are a couple of things that you can try. And if you want more help, I could certainly help you create a meal plan or some kind of recommendation for supplements, depending on the medication that you're on and, your lifestyle. So feel free to reach out to me. And I just have one last thing to mention, which is just in terms of lifestyle, what are some things you can do to help your liver? One area is to look into far infrared saunas. Those are really good because the far infrared can actually penetrate deeper into the deeper organs and allow you to, sweat out the toxins. Also, you can take some Epsom salt baths. That's mineral rich, usually magnesium rich, and that could help to relax your muscles and to detoxify, to secrete the lactic acid from your blood, from your body, and it could help you relax and lower stress. Look for ways to lower stress, like meditation and going for walks and doing exercises, and just reduce exposure to chemicals, like whether it's to cigarette smoke or to, mold. Look into your basement. Make sure that there's no excess toxins that are burdening your liver. And get some good quality sleep. Again, consistency is the most important thing here. Even if you were to get like 8 hours, but you're sleeping at 3 a.m., that could still impact the liver. So it's important to respect the circadian rhythm. Everybody has a circadian rhythm, and you can know that when you're tired, that's the time to go to sleep. It could be 9, it could be 11, but don't push yourself, because once you past that melatonin cycle, you can get the second wind. And many people have experienced that, where you could have fallen asleep at 10 or 10:30, then you push yourself and now it's 1 in the morning and you can't fall asleep. So make sure you respect that rhythm and get that quality sleep so that your liver has a chance to regenerate, to heal, to detox. And exercise, of course, it could help to release any bottled emotions, any stress in the body. It helps to massage the gut, to bring circulation into your gut and to your organs. So exercise is so important for that. And it helps the elimination organs, like your skin and your lungs, to get rid of all the toxins with the lymphatic system moving. And so, yeah, stay hydrated, avoid constipation, because again, that could bring in more toxicity into the body. So as the longer your feces stay in your gut, the longer it's exposed to the possibility of being reabsorbed. So you want, to have a high fiber diet, to have regular bowel movements. And those are some of the tips, and I know it's a lot, but we can always go deeper, and I welcome any feedback. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give me a comment below, and share it with a friend. And so it's been a pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.